November 24th, 1971. Thanksgiving Eve. A man in a dark suit walks up to a ticket counter in Portland, Oregon. He pays cash. He gives his name as Dan Cooper. It isn't his real name. That much we know for certain. 90 minutes later, he'll step out the back of a moving airplane into a freezing rainstorm with $200,000 strapped to his body and disappear so completely that in over 50 years, the FBI has never found a single trace of him. No body, no parachute, no proof he's alive or dead. But somewhere in a barn in North Carolina, more than 50 years later, someone found something that might finally end the biggest unsolved mystery in American aviation history. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to have to decide for yourself if it's already been solved. And nobody's told you yet.
Let's go back to the beginning, to a flight that should never have made history. Northwest Orient Flight 305, Portland to Seattle. Barely a 30-minute hop, 36 passengers, a handful of crew, the kind of flight nobody remembers taking. The man in row 18E orders a bourbon and soda, lights a cigarette. Mid-40s, maybe. Neat black suit, dark raincoat, sunglasses despite the gray Pacific Northwest sky. He hands flight attendant Florence Schaffner a folded note. She assumes it's a phone number. Businessmen do that on flights, and slips it into her pocket without opening it. He leans in. Quietly, almost politely. He tells her to read it. He has a bomb. She opens his briefcase at his request. Inside, a tangle of wires, red cylinders. It looks exactly like a bomb, and nobody on that plane is willing to bet that it isn't. His demand is precise. $200,000, in 20s, unmarked, non-sequential. 4 parachutes. And here's the detail that should unsettle you. He isn't sweating. He isn't shouting. He orders a second drink while Seattle scrambles to find his money before dark. Whoever this man is, he has done this before. Or he has planned it for a very long time.
The plane circles Seattle for nearly 2 hours, while police and FBI agents race to pull together $200,000 in unmarked bills before curfew. When it finally lands, the hijacker does something almost nobody expects from a man holding an entire aircraft hostage. He keeps his word. The money comes aboard, the parachutes come aboard. All 36 passengers walk free into the terminal, most of them never even realizing how close they came to disaster. Only a skeleton crew stays behind. The pilot, the co-pilot, the flight engineer, one flight attendant. His new order: take off again. Destination: Mexico City. Altitude: under 10,000 feet. Gear down. Flaps at 15 degrees. These aren't the demands of a panicked criminal. These are the demands of a man who understands, in precise technical detail, exactly how a Boeing 727 flies. And there's one more thing he knows that almost nobody outside the airline industry knows in 1971. This specific aircraft has a staircase built into its tail, one that can be lowered mid-flight. He orders it down. The crew has no idea what he's about to do, until it's already happening. Somewhere over the dense black wilderness of southwest Washington, roughly 8 p.m., the plane is fighting a rainstorm, wind chill at altitude well below zero. Cooper straps the money to his body. He straps on a parachute, and he walks out the back stairs of a moving jet into the dark. No radar catches him falling. No search plane spots him. 1 second, he's part of the crew's radio chatter. The next, silence. He's gone. Here's what almost nobody talks about. Of the 2 parachutes he actually took with him that night, one, unknown to him, had been sewn shut. A dummy. A training rig. Never meant to open. If he grabbed the wrong one, in the dark, under pressure, he never stood a chance. And that's the question that has haunted investigators for over 50 years. Did D.B. Cooper die that night, alone, in the mountains, in a storm no one could survive? Or did he walk away, richer, freer, and smarter than every single person sent to find him? Because in a few minutes, I'm going to show you evidence that might answer that question. Evidence the FBI was quietly testing as recently as last year. But first, you need to understand just how hard they looked.
The FBI gives the case a code name: Norjack, Northwest hijacking. Within 5 years, agents chase down more than 800 suspects. They search hundreds of square miles of forest, by foot, by helicopter, by hand.
Over 5 decades, dozens of names have surfaced. Richard McCoy Jr., a decorated Vietnam veteran and expert skydiver, who pulled off an almost identical hijacking just 5 months later. Caught, escaped prison, killed in a shootout with the FBI in 1974. For decades, investigators ruled him out, wrong age, and an early DNA test that didn't match. Robert Rackstraw, military trained in parachuting, a criminal record, a stepfather found shot dead under mysterious circumstances. He spent the rest of his life never quite confirming it, and never quite denying it either, and took the truth to his grave in 2019. Kenneth Christensen, Dwayne Weber, who confessed to his own wife on his deathbed. Every single one of them, a dead end. But remember that barn in North Carolina? In 2022, Richard McCoy's own children, now adults, find something in an outbuilding on the family property, a parachute, and a skydiving logbook. They bring it to an independent investigator. He brings it to the FBI, and for the first time since officially closing the case in 2016, the Bureau starts testing again. DNA, soil samples, the clip-on tie Cooper left behind on that plane 50 years ago, compared thread by thread against his family's own genetics. In December 2025, the FBI quietly hands the parachute back. No arrest, no statement, no confirmation either way, just silence. So where does that leave us? A case the FBI officially calls Unsolved, a family that says otherwise, and a piece of forensic evidence sitting in a lab right now that could end the biggest unsolved mystery in American aviation history at any moment. D.B. Cooper jumped out of that plane on Thanksgiving Eve, 1971, and became something bigger than a criminal. He became a legend. The real question isn't whether we'll ever catch him. It's whether the answer has been sitting in a barn in North Carolina the entire time. Tell me your theory in the comments below, and if you want to be the first to know the moment those DNA results drop, make sure you're subscribed, because this story isn't over yet.